Wow. Laptop. Yes. Good, good. Brussels, Noida, Bangalore, Hyderabad, mhm, UK, mhm, Pune. Nice, nice. Excellent, excellent. Even I connected from my laptop from Hyderabad. Okay, okay, yes. So, yes. Define scaled agile framework in your own words. Yes, we are going to discuss about it, but if in case you're already aware, what is that you are aware, or whether you heard, you have any insights, yes, you can provide it just to get warm up before getting started with the session. No takers?
I think I can go.
Sure. Different Scrum team working for one product. Okay. Yes, Menika?
So it's basically scaling up the agile all the way to the enterprise level, taking a bottom top approach. Once we know for sure that the agile practices has been implemented at the team level and the team is matured enough to handle agile, whether it is using a Kanban or the Scrum framework, taking it to the next level and bringing the business people and the other teams or the development teams together to have a shared understanding.
Yes, yes. Thanks, Menika. And we have few answers. Yes, different Scrum team working for one product, scaling agile framework to an enterprise level, many teams working with a common goal and reduce interdependencies. Want to scale up the products at the enterprise level, any of the scale frameworks will be used. Agile practices at the enterprise level. Yes. There is no one single answer. It is all, again, we don't want the scale agile definition. We want from your perspective. Yes. Thanks for your pointers. Let's go ahead. A couple of working agreements as a group. First and foremost important thing is whole scale agile topics can't be covered or discussed in one single session. And we need to remember that, we need to understand that before getting started. And we have scheduled a dedicated Q&A towards the end of the session. And if you have already logged in to this link, URL AHA Slides link, the next slide will be Q&A session. I will keep that session open while Sashank go ahead with this presentation. So start posting your questions on the Q&A slide so that once we complete the topic from Sashank's side, we will take up the questions and everything. And be on mute to avoid any background noise. Respect others' views, opinions, pointers. Be interactive to the possible extent, wherever possible and feasible, and one discussion at a time. We are all a group, so let's focus on that. And any query is taking more time, we can discuss outside the session. We have all our groups, discussion forums, and everything. Yes. So let's follow these working agreements and get started. So I have the Q&A session slide open from my side. So if in case any questions, you can start posting it. Over to you, Sashank.
Thanks, Satish.
And before Sashank getting started, let me take a moment to introduce Sashank. So Sashank has total 8+ years of IT experience. And the last 4 years, he was playing a role of Scrum Master. He's from QA background. He started working as a Scrum Master, and he's Safe Scrum Master, Safe POPM, PSM1 certified. And along with all those things, he's a continuous learner and a contributor to the community, both within his organization as well as the SS Agile Gurus as well. Welcome, Sashank, to the session. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks Satish Bhai for a kind introduction. And I would like to say thanks to participants who has taken out the precious time on Sunday evening, especially 8 to 9. Yeah, the crucial time. And the SS Agile Gurus community to giving an opportunity to speak what is safe is all about and how we are learning, in the business altogether. Because every now and then, even if you go with interviews or enterprise level at your organization, everyone is asking or saying safe, safe, safe. What is that? Let's learn about it and understand what is safe all about. So the safe is stand for scaled agile framework, and guys, this is a small question. Those who know this just keep themselves this question. What do you mean by S in this one? Okay, just a moment. Significant of S I required. I just want the answer. Those who know can tell me the answer at the end of the session, right? So basically, I did a couple of learning and development inside my organization and outside because of my curiosity and I want to know how the things are going on, market and how we are going to do the best, right? And why save? The first question. See, the very first word is scaled up, scaled agile framework. We are scaling up the agile framework. It's a structured framework, and we have to scaling up the agile work, right? Earlier, what we are doing as a Scrum thing, that we are working in a small piece of organization, and we have dedicated resources and work line, and we are dedicated to certain product to deliver. When you are scaling up the business at the enterprise level and the product you are catering to the service of the client or customer, you have to make sure your stakes will be high or different than the earlier. It doesn't mean yeah.
Sashank, are you sharing your screen?
Is it not? Oh, my bad. Sorry guys. My bad.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So this is basically my screen all about, and you can see I did all 3 certifications: SASM, SP, and product owner management, and this is out of my interest. And I just want to know if anyone knows this. Earlier I asked the significance of E in this particular safe. Please keep the answer with them. We'll definitely ask in the later last part of my session. And on top of that, why safe? Because everyone, they're moving or scaling up the business at enterprise level, because market is very dilute and dynamic. It is not static. Everyone wants their business to be on top of the notch. Okay, and everyone is learning and be the best in the market, be it's OTT platform, be it's any smartphone marketer, any SIM card or any telecom domain, any the domain you name it, and it is not restricted to any certain information technology domain. It is scaling up like any huge. Let me give a small example. Akshay Patra innovative by ISKCON, and they have given innovative that for midday meals. Earlier they started in a small some sample schools. Now they are taking the food to worldwide or global level, not worldwide, India level, all over the India across. So this is one of the example of real-time example, the scaled up thing, right? Now the question is again, just a moment, right? My screen is freezed. Why safe again? Because it gives you the bridge to work more agile way of work. It is not like that people have the mindset that Scrum is different, Agile is different, safe. It is not like that. It is the same platform, but yes, you have to work differently than other, and it's the same thing. And we have to work with certain rules and regulation with a different framework and architecture. We have to respond to the competition or competitor. Yes, because market is highly volatile. Just like we switch our job every 2 or 3 years. Yes, we have to respond to the competitors. We have to think how we can grab our competitor or how grab our the client or customer, whoever it is. And again, we have to adapt the change and the customer expectation, and we have to adjust the market shape, the opportunity what we have. You name it, and you whatever you visualize, it is the real time. Be it's Dose 650, the medicine which is given as part of curing the suppressing, you can say, the COVID thing. It was the production line is gone very high, or the vaccination program in India, you can say the production line is very high to get vaccinated all of the India, yeah, all of the world. Okay, so these are the real-time example. If you try to relate those things, why would we use safe again? Why again? Question is why. So these are the couple of things I have taken from the reference article. I didn't add or twist or tweak any kind of masala. I didn't add. because it to be the originality of this thing. And I have taken from this particular URL, which is in the bottom. Effective, proven, scalable, configurable. Effective is very effective. You can read on the website of the SAFe. And scalable, yes, it can be go to the massive level. Again, we have different flavor as part of configuration. We have multiple configuration level. It is not stick to one industry or one domain. You can configure to many industry on many domain area. Works no matter what's the organization size, industry, again, complexity, any domain, any industry, you can work it out. Okay. And it is the basically integration of this particular thing, agile, lean, where we focus the zero wastage. Again, it is the addition of the DevOps practices at scale. See, this everything you know, and last they have written at scale means higher level, or it is not be on the same level or same graph. The graph should be higher enough, and of course, it is trusted, effective, yes, and sustainable. Also, it is given the large complex organization to prove system structure guidance for a better way of working. Okay, I can understand you are working in a systematic order. And what if we are trying to scale up our business to another level? Then you have to fix a twist and tweak our way of working. That's what they are using as SAFe, right? So the next slide is the sum of the configuration which SAFe have. They are basically, I think, 4 configuration level. This is the very foundation level. Okay. Now you tell me, just a moment, guys. Yeah. So if you see the picture of this particular graph is open. Okay. This is the basic foundation. Okay. And we have SAFe 5 version .1, and of course SAFe changes, and every 6 or whatever they require change. Version is one version. 5th SAFe 5.1 version. These are the basics of any framework, right? Just imagine these are the one of the pillars, you can say, visualize it when you are constructing any house or anything. You should require the foundation, the crux. If it is not there, every building is going to demolish. It is not going to have the concrete foundation. What we have core values, mindset, lean and agile, what we have seen over here. Just a minute, guys, everything is finished. Okay. We have lead mindset. We have the principle, SAFe have some principle, implementation roadmap, and again, this guy, SPC. So SPC is a person who actually set the context or implementation roadmap in any organization. SAFe program consultant. Okay, these guys are very highly practitioner, those who are running the show over industry. And of course, we have in our program Satish Leela sir, who is an SPC himself and doing the amazing thing in its work. And I think we have Satish sir, another. I don't know whether you are SPC or not, but if you are SPC, yes, you are also a person who is running the show in setting up the implementation roadmap in organization and guiding the fellow learners like me, Scrum Master, and product owners, so on and so forth. And on the left hand side, if you see this particular piece of person, team and technical agility, these are the person who actually going to define, build, test, and deploy the code and release the potential incremental product over the period of the time, which is 10 days iterations, depending upon the organization how you are running the sprints. And on top of, we have product delivery people who are system architect, product management, and release train engineer, who was also often called as chief Scrum Master. And this is, we have the entire picture, release on demand, we have PI, program increment, we have iteration, system demos. And this particular thing, if you see, yeah, DevOps and SecOps is which is new in the SAFe framework, which is in the 5.1 version. They have latest introduced DevOps and SecOps and system teams and the roadmap and vision. These are the basic foundation if you're working in any organization which is that was not high enough or large in complexity. You guys can use this particular framework in your organization. It's very simple to use. And we have the backlogs, which everyone knows we are working as a product increment. And we are using, yes, Scrum. We are using Scrum as a framework and XP and Kanban, depending upon the requirement and the kind of product we are going to deliver, plan, execute, review, and retro. These are the basic things what we are doing as a Scrum thing. right? And we have some system demos which are showcased to the client or the stakeholder how the things are going on, right? And on the top, you can see the program backlog. Generally, these are people got confused. What does it mean by team program backlog and team backlog? When I'm saying program, it is taken care by the program product manager, who is the directly face of the client. Yes, even we have the product owner also. The product owner is going to play in this particular area, which is called a team backlog, which is and the product owner is working with the development team member, and often in a hierarchy. It is not written on a hierarchy. Product owner reports or directly work with the product management people over here, right? Guys, am I going fast, slow? Just stop me anywhere, or you can have any question. You can just ask me. And this is the CI/CD pipeline, continuous delivery pipeline. Generally, we say CI/CD pipeline, right? But we have continuous exploration. How we are doing? We are seeing the market, what we are having in the market, and how we are going to, capture the market as part of business, as part of competitor, as part of people, right? And on the basis, we have certain thing called as a release on demand. It is, we have the mindset that everything what we code, and showcase as part of demo, we are releasing to the market or market, and depending upon the market as part of our product. It's not like that. It depends upon how the market is and what is what my client saying. That's why we have something called release on demand. On the basis of demand, we are releasing the product, right? And we have the system teams or system teams, which means who is helping to the setting up the infrastructure at a team level, right? So guys, any question you have? Well, I'm on mute. No, I'm not. Any question, guys? Looks good.
Yeah, nothing so far. It's all good.
All right. Thanks for confirmation. We'll go to the next phase. Screen should not say this. Just a moment. Yeah. All right. So we have the next thing called as we have last solution. Can you identify some of this? What is the difference between essential and large? Just a moment. Let me play around this. Can you see some difference between this essential and the large? Happy to, any random question is, welcome. It is not like that. See, first you see the essential part. Now you see the last solution, how it is. Any difference you can make out, guys, by visual representation? I'm not saying the end-to-end I require. Any visual representation or visual difference?
Yes, there is a solution backlog.
Okay. Fine. And on the right panel, on left panel, apart from solution backlog, what we have?
If there is a solution backlog, then there has to be solution management and solution training engineer.
On the left hand side, you can see as it is enterprise level solution you are saying on the left panel. This is entire thing system. Okay. Now, okay. See, on the left hand side, if you see, we have till agile product delivery. When we are saying last solution, means this is what we are doing, that's fine. After that, we have additional roles and responsibility, something like called as COP, as part of what we are doing right now. It's community of practices where we are sharing our knowledge, our experience to the larger audience, so that they can beneficial from our experience and they can implement in their, in account of the engagement, whatever it is, right? Apart from that, we have shared services. Those are from DB guys or UI UX people. Those are shared guys. Okay. Now you can see the milestone, what business milestone we have. Then we have something called as matrices, because we are advancing, right? It is not like this is the basic one. Essential is the basic one. Once your basic, you are able to establish the basic framework or structure in your environment, you can jump into the last solution over here. And when I'm saying enterprise level solution delivery, it is something same, but different flavor in that. We have solution backlog, we have kind of whatever we have in the team backlog, team level. This is going to the program level. And on top of that, we have higher management who is directly, communicating to stakeholder and providing required solution, whatever they require. Guys, can anyone make him mute, please? Thanks. So we have solution train also, just like we have agile release train, we have solution train also. Capability enabler and and pre and post. What kind of solution we can give solution as part of solution demo, right? And also you can see this enterprise and government level. This is something again higher in the part. Okay. If we go to the third one, bit complex again. From second one to third one, if you jump portfolio level, now see, we have lean portfolio management. We have where we have epic owners, enterprise architect. We have strategic themes, vision, everything. We have. Now we are playing with organization agility. It means those SPC are going to help the organization to gain their organization agility and how to transform their organization. For example, the organization is not into that the same safe framework, or they want to transform from their journey from waterfall to safe kind of framework. There we have to play around with organizational part of agility, right? We have operational value stream and we have measure and growth, right? Now, if you see the right hand side part, it is the same and constant. We are growing about, and also, yeah, from large to portfolio, this is what my favorite area is: continuous learning culture, where every team member should at least practice to give some learning and development part in their account or in their team, so that they should not be exhausted due to any kind of product delivery. You generally, if you pitch, if you are a Scrum Master with this particular experience, you carry from the previous engagement. If you say, guys, let's have a continuous learning culture in our environment or in our account, they will say, why the hell do we require for the first time? We should not require. We are good in our learning and development, right? Then you have to give them some motivation, some enhancement, that if you learn this one, it will help to grow our knowledge. At the same time, we are working. You have to provide some platform. The Scrum Master or the people who are working with the team, it should be have some courage or something to offer to the team, so that they are learning at the time of delivering the product, right? Guys, any question on this too, large and portfolio level? We have people from SPCs, those who are practicing in the organization, they can help us in the question. Even if I stuck, those people are definitely going to help to find the solution. Any questions? All questions are welcome. Guys, are we good? I can understand it's Sunday evening, 8 to 9 p.m. I can understand. All right.
One question, Sashank. It is like if we are a normal Scrum Master in a team who are into the safe model, but how do we actually make out if we are into large solution or a portfolio level implementation? We have to explicitly ask or look for certain practices that will help us identify like which level the safe is being implemented in.
Look, it is not like normal Scrum Master, safe Scrum Master. It is just like we are practicing something or other in our engagement. On top of the Scrum Master, we have something called AC or Agile Coaches. Again, we have people are in our COP meet. We have people, those who are working as a COP, and I know personally and professionally, whenever we stuck, we ask them how to coach them, right? Also, time on time, every quarter, I would, on professional basis, I will recommend to go with the behavior assessment, Agile maturity assessment, behavior assessment. On the factor of that, you come to know that how the team is going and how the maturity model is, right? You can, on Google, you can search it. I don't have that slide handy with me. Agile maturity model, crawl, walk, run, fly, these are the parameters. On the basis of that parameter, you can identify how the maturity model of your team is and how they're, going up and down, whatever the same, not down, of course, the up part, right? I hope I have given the right answer to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions, guys?
Hi, Sashank.
Yeah. Hi.
Shashank, you mentioned about the operational value streams. How do we identify, let's say we are implementing the scaled agile framework model for one of the organization. How do we identify at the initial go, what are the different value streams there? Or is there any value stream yet to be identified? Because there might be instances where the business leaders themselves don't realize these are the different value streams, right? And there will be some instances where they know it, but they might not be able to really tell you these are the operational value stream.
Okay.
So what will be the initial steps? How do we identify the operational value stream for an organization?
Okay, so that you if you are a SPC, again you have to communicate with your people of practice as SPC, and you have to ask how we are going to find out the value, what is the operational value stream, and how we are going to navigate, and so on and so forth. If not, what I do as a practitioner, or as a, I never worked on this particular, on, to be very frank, I only work on this particular area, and that is the very concrete of all the thing. I know people, organizations are saying they are working on portfolio and kind of thing, but yes, I didn't work on this particular thing. But yes, whenever you whenever your management is not asking, you have to ask your SPC coaches how to generate this data, this thing, operational value stream. On the basis of that, the entire architecture frameworks to be decided. So I would recommend Satish Leela sir to answer this about the operational value stream. Yeah.
Yes. So Shyam, we can discuss this once we complete the topic.
All right.
I can explain about the operational value.
Cool. Looks good.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
On the last part, this is the final picture. You might have scared about, hey, what is this entire movie or entire picture? It's nothing but the integration of everything, which is your essential, large, and portfolio level. So suiting to your environment, you create it. They are not saying that if your organization is smaller in capacity, you go with full. It is not like that. Suiting to your environment, you take up the framework architecture and run about it. In one of the engagement, I have been asked that I don't have any product owner. Then how are you going to do that? It means if I'm cutting off this particular guy, how am I supposed to work then? And how is the team is going to work? The Scrum Master is not going to ask to the business people, give me the requirement, or I am not like that much capability having that I can take up his shoes, or he is not having the capability of taking my shoes. So all the three people should be there. And if you don't, for example, if you don't have this particular person or this particular person in your team, then on what basis you are saying that we are a Scrum, we are doing safe and kind of thing? When you are working as scaled agile framework, you have scaling up the business. Think from the business and the product oriented side. Don't think of the people, how the people is and how the composition of the team is. Think from the product side, think about the people side. If you try to connect these two dots in your picture, then you are a good practitioner or good people to implement this kind of thing. This entire focus they've given, and also you can read it somewhere. You can see the differential line over here. Above continuous learning and continuous delivery pipeline. Essential is still here. This much is still essential. This one is my last solution. If someone thinks what is last solution is, you can still say this to entire picture, and on the top you have the entire portfolio level. Every company, every organization not implementing till portfolio, again, depending upon the business complexity of the product and the solution they are providing to the end user, to the customer, they're taking up the roles and they're working with the people. And to coach people like us, like the Scrum Master like me, on the product owner, product manager, we have someone as SPC. And yeah, and most of the folks, I think most of the people have gone through that link which has been told to read as a part of prerequisite. So I would like to showcase another thing. This is what the picture said all about. Just a moment, guys. Okay, so if you can go to this particular thing, how to read this one is one of the easiest thing which I really felt, and this is what those people have created. And if you hover this particular mouse over Scrum Master, it will tell first of all this particular row. Right click over here, or simply it will open the next tab to learn for you, and you can read entire page of relating to Scrum Master. See this is the entire Scrum Master flow there, entire page for Scrum Master. If you read this particular page, definitely I'm sure that how it is definitely going to help you. Also, you can go refer to the one of the videos link shared by Satish Lila sir, and where practically he has shown how to read that particular picture as part of learning and development. And you can see this particular part is marked as a block, as a red color, and it is shadowing. So it's a part of Scrum Master. So this is what, as a practitioner, it helped me to understand my way of learning. And yes, of course, in the going forward future, if anyone want to be learn the safe side of Scrum Master or any kind of roles or different flavor, sorry, anyone can read it. It's not restricted to any certain things. This is how the picture look like, safe full enterprise level. Okay. Now it is the overview. We have customer centricity in the middle. You can see it. We have just a moment. Yeah. This is called a safe overview. We have customer centricity in the middle. We have agile leadership, lean and agile. We have CLC, called as continuous learning culture. We have organizational agility. Then we have lean portfolio, where we have been told about strategic investment funding, lean governance, portfolio operation, all higher level concepts and implementation part. Enterprise solution delivery, how we are going to solve create our system engineering to build the big systems, not smaller, but big, of course. Again, our area, agile product delivery, DevOps, and the continuous delivery pipeline over here. This particular part it will come. And in the bottom, we have the team and technical agility, where most of the practitioners comes in this particular part. Those who are into DevOps, those who are into product owner, product manager part, those who are into Scrum Master, just like me, comes under this particular framework of work, where we have to focus the team has to focus on the quality. It's not the type of feature you had, let's say 10 feature you are taking and you are not giving the quality of the product, then there's no use of giving the built-in quality product to the end user client. Yeah. So I think this is the last slide. Yeah, this is the roadmap to the agility. It will start from here, and it will somewhere end over here. We have different people to lead. As part of lead is safe, we have train lead agile change agent, this particular guy. As I told, the part of SPC. SPC comes over here because from ad hoc to waterfall to agile, it starts from here. Train lean agile change agents. Then we have execute to whom you should learn. Anyone, see, they have opened the training, learning and development that anyone can learn, but you should have that particular mindset how we are going to do that or learn that. Okay, we have to identify the stream over here. Then we have to implement the plan, prepare for the art, agile release train. Those Scrum Master, Product Manager, and Agilist will come here. And we have to work as a train launch art, train teams and launch art over, say, for teams. And more, if you go more and more in depth, we have something called release train engineer. We have DevOps and agile software engineering and we have lean portfolio management over here. So in this way, we can learn from starting with the ad hoc waterfall till the acceleration. Yeah, I think I'm done with my deck.
Thanks, Sashank.
Yeah.
So Shyam, to answer your question, Sashank, can you go back to the previous slide?
Yeah. It was about
implementation plan. Can you go to the implementation plan?
This one?
Yes. So Shyam, to your question, right? So anytime when we start with the safe implementation, the first step is to identify the lean agile change agents, whether it is within the organization or we are going for a third-party consulting company or bringing in the third-party SPCs. Either ways, there is a first step to start with. Then bringing in the executives, managers, and leaders at the organization level to get into that mindset of the scale agile implementation. So these are the folks who will come together and work for the next step of identifying the value streams and agile release strengths. Right. So when we say identifying the value streams, that is where the operational as well as the development value streams will be identified. The first step is to identify operational value streams, When you say operational, the name itself is talking that it is operational to the customer, to the end user perspective. It is not from us who are the in-house who are working in the implementation of the project as such. Right? We will come at the next step of the development value stream. The first step is to identify the operational value streams from the end user perspective. So again, we might get a question or a doubt, how we identify or how do we know whether we identified all the value streams, all the operational value streams or not? If we as an organization is working on a solution or a product or anything which we can deliver to the customer and which we can provide some value to them directly, that is can be considered as a operational value stream. Right. So if you take Amazon as an example, Amazon Shopping as a operational value stream. Then Amazon Movies, Amazon Music, Amazon Web Services, Amazon Pay. So each of these will be coming as a different operational value streams. So first step is to identify how many solutions we as an organization are providing to the customer, to the end users, end to end. Once that is identified, the next step is to start identifying the how many release trains are required, or if you already have the teams working in the Scrum approach, how we can bring them together and how we can tag them together as part of the Agile release train to help deliver the end-to-end value to the customers. So that is the activity the SPCs as well as the leadership executives, managers will be working upon as part of this, identifying the value streams and release trains. Continuation is the creating the implementation plan. Which of these value stream we need to go first, or how we want to go ahead with the launch of the release train. What's the next steps is where the creating the implementation plan will come.
Okay, thank you, Satish. Thanks for the explanation. Thank you.
Sure.
And on top of that, those who, as Satish said, those who are being, especially in banking engagement, people being hired from the consultancy firm or the SPC are the, highly volatile role. They will coach the team or engagement. Unless and from if they think that the team is highly mature enough to drive the thing, they will jump to the another the same same engagement. They will jump to another team to coach and mentor. So it is a different altogether different segment person of SPC. So guys, any question I think we have done pretty early. Any question? Yeah.
Satish, it's to Satish maybe, because Satish, as you said, like SPCs and product owners will be working on the value stream. So at what level they will start working on that, and after what level the different trains will start working on the implementation?
To answer that question, right? So how do we go ahead with our product backlog? Let's suppose we have 100 user stories in our backlog. We might prioritize.
Guys.
Pratibha, can you go on mute?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when we have a backlog of 100 user stories, we will prioritize which set of user stories should go first into the first sprint. Then which should go next into the next sprint. We will be doing a iterative as well as an incremental delivery. Sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, right? Same is the case with the implementation plan as well. Organization could be having 10 solutions, for example. We don't want to go with a big bang of a portfolio implementation any point of time. Anytime the first step is to identify which set of teams are already mature or already working in the agile way of working, and which set of teams can go ahead and get started with the implementation, or which value stream or which of the solution could be giving us a early success or quick success to showcase as a example as our reference for the next set of value streams or the next set of release streams to come up with. So the leadership team, along with the agile coaches or the SPCs, will be focusing on that part. Which of these, out of these 10 value streams or 10 solutions, which of these they would like to go ahead and get started with? The first step is to identify which thing they would like to get started with.
So are we saying like
the way how we
are we saying like all the teams will not start working on the same line?
no, not at the same time. No, that's what the implementation roadmap is also showing, right? So the way how we implement the Scrum at the team level, we might be having backlog, we will be doing incremental delivery. Same is the case, is recommended for the scale agile as well. The first step is to start with the essential configuration with one release stream. Right. So because let's suppose I have 20,000 employees at my organization. Why any organization, any company want to make everyone work together into the this implementation at a time? It might not be a big bang approach any point of time. Right? We want to try it out. We want to experiment. We want to try it out. What's working, what's not working. If it is working, well and good. What's working, we will make a note of it. If it is not working, where the issue, where the challenge, or what we want to improve, what we want to tweak, adjust, customize for the next set of release streams, so the next set of value streams to get started with. So that is what is all the implementation roadmap comes.
So Satish, a question in between. So when we are saying like we will work with a single stream, okay. So do you not feel like there will be implementation dependencies, because when we have a different stream which is working and there will be interdependencies, and again we are saying like we are working as safe. So again it will be a release after 3 months, okay? Because
no. Just to stop you there. So as you can see here, the release on demand, the scale agile is saying release on demand. When we say the release on demand, we can do the release any number of times, any point of time. No need to wait until end of the program increment. We can do, if you want, you can do sprint on sprint. You can do once in 2 sprints. You can do any point of time in the sprint as well. No need to wait until the end of the program increment.
Okay, so we are saying like we will have just a PI which will be reference for 6 sprints or whatever the times we are saying.
Exactly.
And as per the requirement, we will be doing the release.
Exactly. Yes. So some of our release times, they are doing a release to the production every sprint. Yes.
So what is the benefit of having a PI for 6 weeks? Okay, instead of having, let's do it for 3 weeks only, because again, we are having an implementation after 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And maybe because of that, there will be some change in the future as well.
So change is constant. Change is constant in the agile world. That is for sure. So we are not saying that, again, the program increment, the planning, when we say we are doing the PI planning, we are not fixing, freezing, finalizing the scope at all. Not at all. Not at all. See, let's suppose if we have to take an example of Tesla, for example, right? I'm not sure. I'm not saying that they are following scale agile or anything as such. I'm just taking an example to discuss. Tesla, they would like to come up with a autonomous vehicle. That is their solution they want to come up with. Right? It might take years to come up with the exploration, come up with the one full-fledged solution to go ahead and get released to the market, for example, right? So if that is the case, they want to try and see what's working, what's not working, even though it might take 2 years or 3 years for a one full-fledged solution to come up with. They might be integrating sprint on sprint, or at least once in 2 sprints or 3 sprints, when especially the multiple the vendors, third parties, consultants, contractors working on that one single solution. So whatever is working, they will come up with, and whatever is not working, then they will be immediately tweaking, adjusting and see, okay, we assume this solution might work. It is not working. So what's next? What's option B? How we want to go ahead. Right. So that way, from the organization, from the implementation, from the solutioning perspective, we are still trying to integrate and we are still trying to release as many times, as frequently as required as possible. Does it answer your question, Gunjan?
Yeah, it answers. Yeah, thank you. Just in between, so when we are saying, like, if I'm saying all my trains will have a single implementation, okay, so single deployment, and there are multiple interdependencies, okay. So how you are going to take those dependencies? Because maybe because of one team, the implementation of second team may get delayed. We know it's happening in the real world also. That is a challenge in the safe somewhere.
Yes, exactly. That will be that will be a challenge anywhere. That will be a challenge any point of time, whether we are following SAFe, whether we are following less Nexus or any framework or anything as such, right? So the intention is to bring up. That's the reason in the PI planning, all the stakeholders are brought together into one common platform. Of course, now we don't have a in-person PI planning. We are all doing virtual PI planning. So now the way how all of us came together at a specified timeline, all the teams, all the stakeholders will be coming together and they will be going through, okay, my team has dependency with Shashank's team. So Shashank, I want this dependency to be done by so-and-so sprint so that my team can go ahead with the implementation. So Shashank's team could be having dependency with Gunjan's team as well as Sharat's team and Shyam's team. So they might be saying, okay, so Satish, if I have to complete your dependency and handle it over, I have to get the work done through Gunjan, Sharat, and Shyam. Let me also work along with them. So what's happening is all the Scrum Masters, all the product owners, everyone is there itself in the PI planning. They were able to coordinate. I don't have to wait when Sharat will be available coming online, or when Sham will be responding to me email, or when Gunjan will be confirming that he's taking this scope into this sprint or not. Everyone is there, including the business, including the architects, including the stakeholders. So that is one of the beauty of the PI planning, where everyone is brought together. The dependencies would be discussed, and anytime if required, we will be tweaking, adjusting, and the information will be communicated to the business team then and there. You're saying that, boss, you're asking me to implement this, but for implementing this, all 5 of us, we as a Scrum Masters, we came together, internal teams, we are all working together, we are able to get it done. We discussed among ourselves and we got our dependencies planned or coordinated. However, we have another dependency with our third-party vendor who would like to take it up and who would like to own and handle that dependency. Without that dependency being done by Google Maps, for example, we won't be able to release our autonomous vehicle to the market. So everything else is done in-house. That Google Maps integration, we are dependent on the third-party vendor who is taking that ownership. We need that to be done by so-and-so date or so-and-so sprint or the timeline, whatever the terminology we speak. That is the discussion will be happening before, during, and after PI planning. That dependency discussion will be happening continuously, right? And Shashank, let me share my screen once.
And just to add, like, if you want to say, like, we do those discussions every with the work streams, okay, bi-weekly. So all those dependencies are being backtracked because it should be, if we are not able to track them, it will be a delay at the end of the release.
Wherever it is possible, again, we might not be able to say all the dependencies will be identified during the PI planning itself. Might not be, right? We can't say that. So wherever the teams are identifying the dependency, they will be tracking it and they will be reflecting on the program board. So I'm trying to share a screen of picture of a in-person PI planning pre-COVID era. So this is how the PI planning used to happen. As you can see, the Scrum Masters, the product owners, and the stakeholders of the release, everyone is there in person present. So whatever it is required, they can quickly go on, grab the team or the architect or the business guy, and they will be able to discuss the dependencies and they will be able to get it done. And this is how, again, this is a sample representation. This is how the dependencies are being tracked, discussed, and used to be represented on the program board. The linkage or the connectivity is like this module or this piece of code is required to get this done. So that is how we used to track the dependencies. These are all the in-person PA planning days. Now, if I have to show during the COVID era, we are all using different tools, online tools for doing the PI planning as well as the, tracking the dependencies, the progress and everything. Right. So here, if you can see, Candice is one of the tools which we are using in my organization right now. So I'm sharing that. It is a paid version, but just for the discussion, I'm showing that. So the dependencies will be tracked, created across the teams and will be discussed. So as you can see, we can drag and drop and we can see this is the dependency, whether it is a dependent on, whether it's a blocker, what is the dependency, who is responsible. Everything can be tracked and immediately a notification will be sent and we can start tracking those. And again, these are not just only during the PI planning, that as and when the dependency is identified, will be discussed and shared, communicated with all the stakeholders. Right. So there are many tools like that for doing the PI planning, and not only the PI planning, but the tracking as well. See the progress tracking, objectives, planning the features, dependencies, everything. These paid tools are providing that solutions.
Any open source tools, Satish?
Unfortunately, no, because pre-COVID we used to use Trello boards or many tools, but right now many are coming up with the the paid version. Candice.io is one of it. Jira Align is one of it. And Jira Advanced Roadmap is one of it. And PIplanning.io. I will share all the links which are for the PI planning on the tracking purpose.
Yeah, thank you. Someone saying some other tool, right? They didn't hear properly.
Yeah, we are doing it on the Mural board actually, and then
yes, Mural and Miro are also there. But one small challenge is coming up is like when we need to track the progress, see the burn down charts, the objectives, progress, everything is being ready-made available or using these tools because of the paid, the licensing factor and everything. So that's one way these tools are helpful from compared to the Miro boards or the Mural as a tools. And these are all like all the graphs, the metrics, the progress tracking, everything is available within this tool. Any of the tool use the paid version, yes. The capacity, plans, loads, the progress, the burn down chart, burn up chart, everything is available, including the tracking the objectives along with their progress and the roaming the race, the Scrum of Scrum, everything is available on these tools. But again, yes, is our organization ready to take that license? That is what the other thing coming up. Otherwise, yes, we can go ahead and use Jira and Confluence. Yes, I'm trying to come up with one session if we can make use of how we can try to use the Jira with Confluence itself to do the PI planning. But again, this tracking in the progress, everything, graphs, metrics might not be available within that. But yes, we can still go ahead and use a Jira as well as Confluence itself, simple flavored version to go ahead and make use of it.
Satish, this is Raju Satish. If we identify any dependency on different team before PA planning, is there any rule or is there any before 2 weeks or 3 weeks, is there any plan to do for the dependent? Do we connect with them to discuss about the dependency, or we discuss in the PA planning only?
We can, as and when we identify the dependency, we can pass it on to the respective team, whether the Scrum Master or the product owner, whatever the role we are playing. Right? So during the innovation and planning sprint, many teams try to do the spikes or the POCs for the upcoming program increment. So let's suppose if your team identified, we want this API or we want this source code from Satish team, for example, for the upcoming solution, upcoming implementation.
PA.
Then you can reach out to us and say that, Satish, we know we want this to be done. So can your team plan to do it, or how soon, how quick you can get it done? Based upon our availability or convenience, we can say we can get it done by sprint 1 of the next PI, or let us plan some time during the innovation and planning sprint, IP sprint of the current PI, and we can get it done for the next PI, so that your team can go ahead and get started.
In IP sprint only, we are doing PA planning, right? Second week of IP iteration, we are doing PA planning mostly. But first week we can plan first week itself as per our discussion, right?
Yes, anytime, whenever let's suppose if your team wants something to be delivered by sprint 1 itself, right? And if it takes 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks for my team to get it done,
okay,
both of us will get stuck if you want to just get it done only during the PI planning.
Okay.
Right? Yes, Srinagesh sir, you raise your hand.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you. That is a great question. See what we did a month ago, like when there were too many dependencies were there, we used to identify what kind of dependency. Some dependencies will get into people related. Some dependencies are getting into process related, technology related, business domain related, architecture related. Like that, there is a owner for every dependency. For instance, anything execution, process related, there is this senior Scrum Master own up that particular dependency. Maybe he will solve it in terms of Scrum meeting or ceremony. If it is a business related dependency, there is this product owner takes up the ownership. He will try to resolve it in terms of product owner sync up, whatever it is. If it is architecture related dependency, there is this architectural sync up meeting. They used to solve it. If it is a technology related, there are these tech leads, or if something related to, so we used to have a separate meeting. It is ongoing. It happens all the time. These dependencies. If it's a people related, we used to have a meeting with Scrum Masters, and then we want that person, we want this person, Kanban expert, Scrum expert, TDD expert, BDD expert. We used to have exchange of people for loan basis sometime. So that is how we need to identify that dependencies coming into what category. Done. Satish, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Srinagesh. The more insightful information.
Thanks,
you very much.
Srinagesh sir. So Srinagesh is one of my guru in the safe implementation, and he is leading the Agile Center of Excellence in one of the organizations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nagesh.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, yes. Going back to our thing, we have 2 questions. I could see one of the question is already answered in the chat. What is the role of the team lead and why do you need a team lead? So let me go back to the next question. Kindly repeat the roles and responsibilities of SPC. So the role of the SPC is coming up in different phases and stages. If we look at the implementation roadmap, each and everything, wherever we see the training or coaching or mentoring, will be owned by either the SPC or SPCs. We call it as a Lean Agile Center of Excellence. So it might not be one single SPC running the whole show at the transformation at the organization level. So the role is like to start with the training the Lean Agile change agents, the executives, managers, and leaders, help with each and every step, identifying the value streams and the release lines, creating the implementation plan, preparing for the launch, training the teams in the launching the release line, and work with the release line for at least 1 or 2 PIs, 1 or 2 program increments to see how the release line is maturing, going ahead, and then go ahead and launch the next set of release trains. So if I have to give my example, like we started with one of the release train, I helped them with a couple of PIs, then I moved on to the launching the next release train. A couple of PIs be there, help the whole release train. When you see the release train, that includes the Scrum Masters, Product Owners, teams, the RT, whoever it is part of the release train, help them get stabilized, then move on to the next release time. So that journey will be continued for the SPCs as such. And yes, Sashank?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. I'll join.
Sure. So the SPC or the Safe Program Consultant or the Agile Coach, whoever is playing the role at the organization level, they might not be working with a one single release line as such. So the journey will be continuous to launch, to stabilize and to mature the release line and move on to the next set of release lines. Does it answer your question, Alicia, the responsibilities and the roles and responsibilities of SPC?
Satish sir, can you go to that SPC, this one icon over the bottom of the, that image, that part?
Mm-hmm.
Can you share that one, that particular page? No, not this one, the previous one, on the second tab. On the left second tab, just go to, click on that SPC, this one.
Okay, yeah.
So guys, those who really want to understand SPC and those who really want to transform the program or be the part of the change agent, just click on this particular thing and go to this particular, find a course. Then you will get what is this all about. Simply I generally come out being a practitioner in my account and part of other account. People directly asking me, Sashank, I want to go for safe course. It is not like that I will give you some gyan and you jump into the course. It is not like, try to read responsibility. Okay, it takes a lot to become an SPC. It takes a lot of implementation and experience and expertise, because you see this particular roles and responsibilities. At least I can't, say that if you have the guts, you could just go it, but read it, everything. And on everything you can see on the orange color mark, it is hyperlink. Okay, for example, this one, it is kind of showing the finger or cursor, you can say. It is all a hyperlink. If you click on that particular page, it will go to the another page, another tab, you read it. From there, you can jump to another part. It is interconnected. And the more you time get in this particular Scaled Agile Framework website, the more you get, in depth. It took me a good amount of time to understand what is Safe Scrum Master all about and how it is different from the other part. Then only I jump to the Safe Advanced Scrum Master training and learning and development, everything. Same with my other two, learning and development courses. It is not like that today I am, getting, okay, this guy has done something, I should go. It is not like that. It takes a lot. And it takes a lot to say no for any anti-pattern. We are all working for different organizations with different mindset people. You should say to no to anti-pattern. It takes a lot. So this thing or this learning will definitely help you out. Sir, can you go up, please? that particular image, that second tab again. From left, second tab. Pause. Now click on the measure and grow part. Click over there. Measure and grow. Yeah. So I was wondering how my agile coach getting the data to measure the assessment and all kind of thing. Okay, just go down. These are the data to which you can going to calculate the complexity in a business agile or whatever you want. We have a couple of parameters from left: continuous learning and development, how the team is taking this learning, organizational agility, lean agile leadership, portfolio management, enterprise solution delivery, and agile product delivery. I'm not saying that you take everything in a single shot and become a hero. No, take those part which is in which you are working. For example, continuous learning delivery, continuous learning culture. Okay, how you're evaluating the team. Okay, how you're evaluating yourself, how you being a scrum master practitioner, how are you going to motivate the people to go with continuous learning and development? Are you emphasizing a scrum product owner to learn and grow, not only from certification side, but yes, from the practical approach and practical side? How you're going to give the agile product delivery? On the basis of that, assess this, do this exercise. Not necessarily every 2 weeks, but yes, every PI you can say, let's say 3 months down the line. Just scroll down, sir. You can download the safe business. This particular guide, this is open source. Okay, it is not, say Sashank's property or Agile Gurus property. It is not that. It is freely available. You can customize, change according to your requirement and business suitability. Just go down, sir. I think, yeah, go down. See, safe core competency, team of agile, team of team, agile team of teams, and we have agile value delivery, everything here. Just go down, sir. Yeah, this is one of the thing, core competency assessment. This, if you can download that Excel sheet, will be downloaded for you, and you can see those data with you, and you can add or twist and tweak whatever you require. My suggestion, my experience will be consult your agile coaches, SPC guys who are implementing in real time. They will very happy to assess you, guide you, mentor you. Take up with your team on Friday or a cup of coffee or whatever it is on virtual if possible. Try to assess with the teams. Don't say any answer. Don't help in terms of giving solution. Give some let them answer to your question. That's what my coach told me when I was doing this particular activity, and I was very new to that. He told me, Sashank, just let the team answer, and on the basis of data you will get an information that how the things are going to be, and the same report you can share to your management, your higher authority. On the basis of this, you can see how the team is going, and it is very much effective when you are building up team from scratch till till the end of the pinnacle. And something we called, I used to say, crawl, walk, run, fly, exit. This is the parameter to assess or mentor your team. On the basis of that, you can see how the team is doing. Yeah. Sir, can you scroll down, please? Sir, just click one of the link, and we'll see how the data looks like. That's it, sir. Just click on that, sir. See, this is how I think the second one. Pause. This is how the graph look like, and you can customize as according to you. Those people are very kind enough to give out some the data. Nothing, no need of doing customization of anything. Whatever your data you give on the first sheet, the same data it will pop up as part of the radar. Just do some twist and tweak over the data. We'll see some change in the graph as well. See, guys, just see the bottom line, like 49 to 55. It is already hitting the changes, so you need not to worry about how magically it is showing up. Okay, everything is there in the picture. You have to do this kind of assessment, customize as per your requirement. Speak to agile coaches or mentors. They will guide you. If you don't have that much expertise, it's fine. Work out with your team so that you have the better picture altogether. And believe me, I did this one. And it was a very really great experience with me when I start twist and tweaking all kind of thing. Yeah. I think, guys, any question pertaining to this particular graph? We have, we can help you, and we have SPC who can help from your perspective, and things can go on. This is the set of questionnaires, statements. You can twist or tweak whatever you required according to your need or requirement. Okay, guys, anything? Huh.
Hey, Shashank here.
Yeah, sir.
I have a question like, so when we are when we are planning to go with this transformation, right? Usually you have to deal with hundreds of people, right?
Agreed.
How you train them, I'm not asking everything, but how you make that plan and how you gauge that, how you measure that people are understanding this framework and start responding to that.
So basically, what will happen at this particular exercise, generally done by the SPC levels, because they're communicating to the people who are into higher portfolio levels. What I am dealing with this kind of framework, I can work with my level, with my Scrum team, Agile team, or Safe team, with my superior who is into my authority. When you are saying how to do this, definitely we have set up plan with SPC who will coach the leadership or the managers upcoming, not upcoming, those who are into leadership portfolio, that if we going to do this, we have some set of values. And also, if you can just let me share my screen to you. I have some data with me.
I can take it up, Shashank, then I can share the screen.
Yeah.
So Sharath, to answer your question, right? So when the SPCs start working with the leadership team, they will be coming up with the implementation plan. The implementation plan could be anything, like it could be a Word document, it could be Excel, or it could be a Gantt chart, or however we want to see where we are currently versus what's the future plan, how or which release train, what's the timelines and the dates and everything. We will be coming up with that, which tool, how many sprints, what's the PI looks like, and which release train to start with and everything. And during this prepare for release train launch, the SPCs, Agile coaches, as well as the Scrum Masters and the leadership team, they will start working with each and every role. Like they will start with the release train level stakeholders first to set the context, then with the product owners and product managers, then the Scrum Masters to get started with, then the architects. So each and every role, they will start working, interacting with them and see where they are currently versus what is it, the coaching, training, mentoring they need to get started with the launch of the specific release train. Then when we are ready for the launch of the release train, the whole release train, all the participants of the team, all the participants of the release train, they could be coached, mentored, trained, or whatever it is required from the release train launch perspective. All the participants of the release train, all the team members, participants will be involved in that coaching, mentoring, training session, and they will get started with the launching of the release train. So as part of that, here, if you see this 4 green circle sort of thing, that is what the measure and grow, the initial assessment when we are starting with the specific release train. Where are we currently? What is the assessment? What is the maturity level of the specific release train? We will get started with that. Once one program increment is done, towards end of it, again, we will be assessing it. And again, that will be continuously keep on happening once a PI or as frequently as required. As part of that, we will be focusing on how that specific release train is progressing, improving the way they are doing the things. At the same time, we will be tracking the business results itself. How are we improving on the time to market? How are we focusing on improving the quality? How is the productivity is being improved? How is the engagement at the team level, at the release train level is being improved? Right? That is what the things will be tracked as part of that measure and grow assessment for each and every release train, for each and every program increment as required.
Thanks, Satish. Great answer. Thank you.
Srinagar sir, you raise your hand.
Yeah,
you want to add something?
I think that was a good question, Satish and team. See, what we did for the same question was around 5 months ago. this particular bank having around 5,000 people. So there were two aspects came into two scenarios. This bank want to spend money. If they want to spend money, we can buy licenses and we give training and safe and all. If this particular bank, if they don't want to spend money, what we did was we have created role-based training material. One is like agile team level refresher for about 5,000 people, and Scrum Master refresher training. It's all about around 2 hours, because this particular training is integral part of any coaching and agile transformation. To me, agile transformation is all about training, and because attrition and new people coming in, and everybody may not be having agile mindset, expertise, culture, and all those things. So role-based trainings, 500, I think around 600 Scrum Masters have undergone this training of a 2-hour refresher. Around 400 product owners have undergone this product owner refresher training. And there are about 2,000 people, they need Kanban training. So Kanban refresher training for about 2 hours. So what we did was a role-based refresher trainings for a couple of hours regularly. And sometimes when they want to spend money, we buy licenses and give safe trainings. But this is a very long, laborious, a very intensive exercise. It will go for about 6 months. Some people want to spend money. Some people, they don't want to spend money. That's all about the, it's a deep love story about this coaching. Thank you, Satish.
Exactly. I'm about to say the same. So not every organization is ready to spend their time and effort and the budgeting part as well. When we say the time and effort, yes, not everyone is ready to do a weekday session. So me and Sri Nagesh, we used to travel a lot pre-COVID era to different campuses, different clients over the weekends to deliver these safe trainings, because the client don't want to get their Monday to Friday work impacted. They want to the training, plus they want the deliverables. Of course, each of them has their own way. So some, they say, I just want the concepts. I want the coaching. I don't want the training, or I don't want the certification. So that is where we tweak, adjust, and come up with a refresher session sort of thing, and we do that coaching or mentoring as such.
So to add this with my experience, what I'm facing right now. So I'm also part of a banking transformation program, but again, the challenge with bank is they're typically focus upon the product what they want to deliver, but again, they don't want to waste their time into this particular thing session and all. So that's why they explicitly hire SPC from another consulting firm to whom we are working as part of Scrum Master. And when we are approaching a new thing to the picture, for example, let's say continuous learning, when I implemented, starting it was got some backfired. When I told them, boss, this is betterment for you, when I showcased that after some X number of years, when you want to switch your career, gave that taste of feeling that how you're going to prepare. So that time they say, okay, something is going to happen. We started slowly and steadily again. So it depends. And when you are working, especially in banking, there will be some kind of pushback from, definitely with us. Yeah. And it's a continuous, continuous process. It is not like when someone is approaching 6 months, it's fine that we are ready with our deliverables, or 6 months coaching is enough for us. I don't think so. On a personal basis, I don't think so, because it's continuously learning and adapting. Today we are working with safe. Tomorrow we say something less. We have one of the another framework to adapt and adopt. Then what we are going to do? We have to continuously learn and evolve ourselves. It's not a 6 months or X number of period of time.
Rajesh, you have a question, or do you want to add some point?
Yeah. I'm audible.
Yes, Rajesh.
Right. I got the context of the implementation roadmap overview. I could understand like there is a launch of ART, and before that there is an assessment, business assessment, and a coaching mentoring in terms of entire team from multiple agile teams, right? And once it reaches certain maturity, we will assess the results. So my question is, in this life cycle or a roadmap, uh, will this uh, will this be for a single multiple? We are talking in the context of multiple ARTs. That means it can be used for a single product, multiple clients, right?
Multiple clients or multiple team?
If we
Rajesh,
talk
the
about
last point, can you repeat? Like when you say
yeah,
single product, multiple clients, what is
right,
that?
right. Yeah, I will add some to get the context right. So single product, multiple client means for multiple clients. Suppose say we have the client one went to production with the good success factor of ART. And if there is a good measurement in terms of business results, we want to repeat the success factor from an organization point of view. So we will again launch the ART for the next client, right? Based on the customization of the client too.
A little bit of still the question is not clear for me, but let me try to. Yes, Srinagesh sir. Yes.
Good. Yeah. See, I got some context what you're saying, because in all these things, context is the king and queen. Content will follow. Generally, we have to understand what is the business context.
Right.
If I understand the business context right, what we did in a similar situation, like we have taken simple, small, easy, not complex 2 value streams, which is converted to 2 small development value streams. And then we ran it for 3 months and we got the results. So this was, there were 10 LOBs in a bank. LOB, we know, the payments, receivables,
right,
commercial cards and all those things. So we have taken one simple LOB. We have never taken any complex LOB.
Understood.
Take a very simple LOB, simple 1 or 2 simple value streams, 1 or 2 small development value streams, because we want to run a pilot. When we want to run a pilot, we can't scratch our head all the time. Take a simple understanding, give proper training of value streams and all those things. What is the wastage in terms of we are going to measure and all those things. Conducted a couple of workshops with people, and then we ran it for 3 months. Then we have seen the success. Only then, if there is a success, people wanted to buy that idea. If there is no success, people don't want to buy that idea. So anything big bang may not work in any of the large transformations. Just have a small pilot, see the taste, and then we can implement. This is what we did. If I understand the context, right, Satish?
I think, yeah, it makes sense. Like for a single client, you're building the solution for a workflows. Suppose there are 10 workflows in terms of line of business you have referred about, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Bring the
yes,
success
yes, correct.
factor in terms of end-to-end of single workflow. Once we get an acceptance of client in a system demo, we will we will expand the entire system for client requirements.
Correct. Understand the simple customer touch points in a value stream. In a value stream for a bank is where they are making money. For a bank, value stream is all about how they make dollars. They will tell you clearly, this is the value stream, we make money. Take up those 2 simple value streams where they want to make a lot of money. Implement those 2 simple value streams where customer touch points are there, where they are making money. Understand couple of upstream applications, understand couple of downstream applications, draw a picture of value streams, implement one particular agile release train, one program increment, and then we can go on later.
Right. Thanks, sir. I think I got the real-time relation.
Sure. Thanks, Rajesh. Thanks for the question as well. And folks, you can start sharing your feedback using the link. And yes, any more questions? We have the forums open. So yes, we can have further sessions as well, because again, as you mentioned initially, scaled agile is like a huge ocean. It is up to us how long or how depth we want to swim into the ocean. Whether we want to just touch our feet and come back, enjoy the beach, enjoy the shore, or whether we want to go inside, depth,
Yeah, good.
understand, and see, it is all up to us. Right. So yes, we can
Yeah,
plan
good.
to schedule few more sessions based upon the interest. And
Yeah, sure,
yes, we are
Satish.
almost top of the hour. Let's start providing the feedback.
Yeah, Satish, a very good insightful session, Satish. And one more thing from my side, if you provide any session on the TTD or BDD, test driven development, and behavior driven development, that would be very helpful for us actually, because
Sure, sure.
these are the most important things to do in safe, right?
Yes, so we can check for the technical experts who can help us with that training part, and we can schedule
Sure.
that.
Thank you very much for your.
Thanks.
We have one hand raised.
Yes, yeah, I'm about to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Please
Good
ask your
evening,
question.
house. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Adeze. This is quite insightful. I've studied the scale Agile, I've worked in it, but you were saying something that's to the effect that we need more sections. I think indeed we do need more section, more in-depth explanations of some of the roles, because that's where we can understand. Because right now I work in Essential Safe. Even though I've read other things, but hearing from those who have worked in full safe portfolio and all the roles and all that gives me a better overview. And when my organization is ready to expand in the future, it makes it easier to be able to key in. Thank you.
Sure, thanks for that pointers. So both myself and Srinagesh, we both have experience in the large solution as well as a portfolio, not explicitly the full safe. Yes, we can try to share what is the difference between the essential versus what all the things we need to focus on when we are scaling up or expanding from essential to the large solution versus essential to the portfolio as well. We can plan for that as well.
Yeah, right. Sharath here. We'll be planning more sessions in this area because, as Satish told, it's an ocean. In one session, it's difficult to understand for you people who are new to it or who are in the mid of it to digest. So yeah, multiple sessions will be planned, and just keep watching this space. And we are also inviting speakers as part of SS Agile Gurus platform. And if anyone wants to contribute in this area and want to make their mark in Agile community as one of the good speakers, please feel free to reach out to me or Satish, and we'll take it forward. Okay. Please go ahead, Satish. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time in spending our weekend.
Satish, before we're wrapping up, just a quick thought. Sorry, it won't take much time.
Sure.
My screen is visible to all. Is it visible?
Yes, Sashank.
So, guys, before you jump to any session or be of any part of training, I would like to say bluntly, certification training or learning by self, try to grab this opportunity to learn this particular roles and responsibility. Because if you learn more, and when you're working with any organization, you can connect the dots. Think from that angle. For example, if I click over here as a part of Scrum Master, try to read the roles and responsibility and connect how you're working with your organization. You might be working in a safe organization, but you are not aware how the things are going on. This is what will happen when I was working with safe earlier, but I was not knowing, kind of is it safe or no. When I started learning this one and try to connect what I was practicing in my account, then I came to know, okay, this is safe all about, and this is how it's learning, And believe me, when I done almost three course completed, I have completed all my 3 courses, and the last one was PO, PM, product owner, and product manager. Believe me, people are stuck between the difference between product owner and product manager. And it was, basic. It is not a rocket science, the difference. It was very, simple to understand what is product manager and who is product owner and product manager. As we are discussing over here that we are going to planning next couple of sessions, maybe from SAFE or something like that. I request you as a speaker or learner, as part of colleague, try to have a good grip of this one so that we'll have more and more questions. The more questions we will have, the more interesting will be your thought processes, how the things are going to be, and how we are going to part of implementation. Learning is okay, but how we are implementing in the real picture and real scenario in your operation, in your engagement, that makes sense. And it is purely open source. It is not like that I have done in my laptop something or something like that. See, this is what I am saying. Clearly written between product owner and product manager. If you learn this thing now and is sitting in the training or any COPs meet, it will easy to understand what is meaning by this particular guy and this role, and of course this role. So that will be my humble request, and that's why we have continued written specifically that as a part of prerequisite, go to this particular URL as part of SAFE Agile, so that it will be more interesting at the time of the person who is giving the session. As part of learner, you will have more question to ask. Hey, how are things are going on as part of product manager? Nowadays, I am seeing most people are jumping blindly directly product management and product manager instead of going to this particular role. They're jumping to this particular seat, which is, of course, it's not a not good in terms of practicing. But if you have good grip in this particular role, you can easily jump into the product manager role, right? So my humble request is, even though you are we have in couple of time near future the session will be, try to learn something or other about this one, and it will be very easy. Just click over here, anything, just for example design thinking, just like Satish has shared us. Click over here, it will navigate to the next page, and here also you can show you from where you jump on. For example, design thinking somewhere comes over here, right? You can learn about entire page. When you're learning entire page, it's easy to digest the thing, and you can easily connect with what you're going to doing in your organization. Yeah, that's what I want to tell before wrapping up. Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Satish sir.
Yes, thanks for adding the points. And I love this design thinking, product management concept. I myself is exploring a lot on that area.
Yeah.
So, yes. Any last minute pointers, questions? Yes, we will take it up in the group, the forums. Yes, we will continue having the conversations and the discussions. Yes, thanks for your time, and have a great
First
weekend.
of all, thanks to Sashank for accepting. The moment we asked them, immediately he accepted to contribute to the community. So a warm thanks to Sashank.
Thanks to all participants to hearing a lot on Sunday evening 8 to 9:30 p.m. I'm continuously saying this one.
Special thanks to Srinagesh sir.
Nagesh sir, thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks all.
Thank you guys. Thanks for time. Bye.
Thanks everyone.
Bye. Take care.
Weekend.
Bye. Take care.
Take care.